Now welcome to a special Star Wars Celebration edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news because there is a ton of it.
Right, we're going to be covering in this video the Mandalorian and Grogu panel, the first panel to kick off Celebration Japan.
Yeah, and we will have another video later covering pretty much everything else because, as I said, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot to cover, a lot of really interesting tidbits here and there throughout Celebration, both
More
from the
than
stage
I thought there would be,
yeah,
especially on the movie front, which you're about to get to.
But first, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our Discord member, Darth EJS Mont. He is at Celebration, and he was kind of updating throughout the night things that he was seeing, doing, hearing. So it's kind of a really cool experience in our Discord to have someone on the ground. So they started out by showing like a little reel of past projects, and apparently the Bad Batch got a really loud cheer, some extra love for the Batch.
I'm always surprised. I mean, I liked Bad Batch quite a bit, but I'm always surprised how much love that show seems to get. I'm always hearing people, oh, it's my favorite Star Wars animated show. And I'm like, all right, that's cool.
They had R2-D2 and C-3PO come out and introduce in Japanese Dave Filoni, which of course, a round of applause for Filoni, and Kathleen Kennedy, who snuck in during Filoni's round of applause.
Yeah, she wanted to be cheered. She wanted to know how it feels.
First thing that was said is Kathleen Kennedy saying that the Star Wars fans are the best fans in the galaxy.
Really? Because I've heard some others saying other things about us recently.
Yeah, we might get to that. She said something else later.
Yeah, I might do a video on some recent comments on my channel. We'll see. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know if I even want to go there.
Dave Filoni went on to say that Ahsoka Season 2, which the Ahsoka panel is tonight? You know.
Later. Depends on where you are in the world.
Will begin filming when he returns from Japan. So they are ready to go. But does that mean no live action Disney Plus Star Wars series for 2026? Or else it'd have to be really late, right? If they're just starting to film.
Ahsoka next year, yeah.
Yeah, but he's just going to start filming. You think they'll get it done?
They say it takes about a year turnaround. Even Favreau said in one of his interviews it takes about a year to turn around one of these shows. So
we can expect it maybe summer, fall?
Probably late next year is my guess. I mean, they'll probably have some separation between. You also want to ride the wave off that Mando and Grogu movie if it's good, right? Well, I mean, if it's really good and you get tons of money and tons of new fans coming in or reminded of how much they like the Mando and Grogu, you're like, hey, by the way, we got this Ahsoka show coming next month.
Okay. Then Shawn Levy came out.
That was a surprise to me. I did not expect anything from...
No, I didn't expect that. I mean, thankfully they didn't bring out Charmine.
Yeah, who's supposedly doing the Rey movie, if that ever happens, which they say it will.
Yeah. So he came out and he was talking with Kathleen Kennedy, talking about how the movie would go, that they were like wide open to what it was going to be originally. The movie begins filming this fall. Yeah. They're going. It's moving.
It's going to happen?
It's kind of exciting, right?
It's so weird to have like potentially another Star Wars movie coming.
It's going to be a standalone adventure that takes place 5 years after the rise of Skywalker.
And then there was a collective groan from... So, suddenly millions of voices groaned out.
Then they brought out Ryan Gosling, confirming 100% that all the rumors have been true. He is indeed the star of the movie.
Yeah, they want some serious star power. Obviously, that's why you bring in someone like... He's a great actor. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just surprised someone like him is in Star Wars. He's like that, that weird upper echelon S tier kind of actor who you just think is beyond Star Wars in a manner of speaking. That could only see that as harming your career instead of helping it potentially. I don't know.
But it's cool because it turns out he is a big lifelong Star Wars fan.
He has the same... I kid you not, he has the same... they showed his
bed sheet. His mom sent him a picture.
Only I had the curtains as well, so haha.
What if he had the curtains too? His mom just didn't keep both.
Oh, well.
It kind of proves that he's a long-term fan. They asked him why he's drawn to Star Wars. He says the script is so good, it has such a great story with original characters, it's filled with so much heart and adventure. They gave us a logo reveal, which is like a 12-second clip where they're like, look, it's the logo. And allegedly you can hear a lightsaber humming in the background. I don't know if that's just an audio effect. I mean, I do kind of hear it, but that might not be an actual lightsaber. It just might be effects.
I just feel like no Jedi in this, but maybe. I don't know.
5 years
Maybe he's
after,
like a Force-sensitive Starfighter pilot.
Why not?
I did like the one article, I think it was from Deadline, where the headline was Star Wars Firefighter, very briefly. That was
typo, man. Starfighter.
Very much looking forward to Star Wars Firefighter. I think the Acolyte. They need that in the Acolyte where there was fire in space, but let's not get into that.
And the celebration stage, when they had Ryan Gosling up there, he says a fun quote that I really liked. He says, "The Force is a mysterious thing, but I think, as I'm here, I feel the Force is the fans. And I think all we hope for is that, may the fans be with us."
Yeah.
I like that he understands that.
Yeah, and if you hear any background noise, we have a small hurricane moving through right now, so I'll try to do what I can in post to get it out of there.
No, but I like that he said that because he understands that it's not just may the Force be with you. You want the fans with you. You want all of us with you, cheering you on in the movie.
What a crazy concept. It always reminds me of that Rian Johnson and Mark Hamill. I don't remember what convention they were on stage together, and Mark Hamill was saying, "Oh, I always was telling Ryan we had to think of the fans," and he was always saying, "No, we got to think of our movie." And it's like, that is why you fail.
True. Now we finally moved into the Mandalorian and Grogu with a new logo again. It's the third logo.
Yeah.
It's always the same. They just rearranged the letters. Instead of going to like a justify left, they went towards center.
Yeah. It's fine.
Whatever. We got some behind the scenes shots and new stills.
Yep.
We got like Mando in a casino with Grogu. We got a picture of Pedro in the suit. Yep. Some really nice things. We get some pictures of Sigourney Weaver on set. They show a new trailer. It was not publicly released. Shame! But we saw it anyway. Sigourney Weaver's character hires Din Djarin for a job. He takes down a ton of snowtroopers in a sequence that it looks like it's inside of an AT-AT walker. It kind of reminds me a little bit with the brutality and the smoothness because it looks like one of those one-camera shots of the Netflix Daredevil show with the the hallway scene and stuff.
Yeah, it's the same kind of one-shot, same camera deal.
Yeah, they blow up an AT-AT on the side of a snowy planet. Grogu swims a little bit. He also uses the Force to destroy a mouse droid.
Grogu, yeah.
Yeah. And the end of the trailer features the first look at Rada the Hutt with his arms raised in the gladiator arena.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying.
Those rumors were true.
We got a new look at Zeb. We see a group of Anzellans. Sigourney Weaver talks about her character of Bishop, saying she's a fighter pilot. She came up in the rebellion, and now she's trying to protect the New Republic. And I believe she is completely committed to what she does. She has had a good sense to hire the Mandalorian and this sidekick. And I'm going to find out if they're as good as they say. I'm counting on it.
Yeah, kind of what I thought the plot was going to be. Mando and Grogu get hired by the New Republic to do a thing.
To do a thing.
And they succeed in the end, spoiler alert. But maybe something goes wrong along the way.
Favreau talks a lot about honoring the original vision of Star Wars, George Lucas's original inspiration from Westerns, Flash Gordon, space opera, as well as, of course, the samurai films, that he wants to respect all of these. Favreau says that this is the last celebration before The Mandalorian and Grogu comes out in theaters.
So that means next April, no celebration.
Which kind of makes me sad. Though it could be
later in the year?
Yeah, I'm really hoping for later in the year because they need to start hyping up, obviously, Shawn Levy's movie.
Yeah.
Because we'll be less than a year out from that because it's coming out May 28th, 2027.
Yeah, but if you have one in April 2027, that might be the perfect timing for that. I don't know.
It would be, but if they're not going to have one, because Mandalorian comes out around Memorial Day again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly, Kennedy had confirmed the Star Wars films that are in active development. Mention, of course, Shawn Levy's obvious. He's going to be filming. But we have James Mangold's movie, The Dawn of the Jedi. We have Charmine's Rey movie, the Rey movie. She's confirming it's still in development.
Sure. I believe it when I see it.
Taika Waititi's movie.
Please, no. Just stop with that already.
As well as the new trilogy by Simon Kinberg.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, like I said, this panel was just chock full of interesting information, and there's so much more to cover.
And we technically didn't get a teaser trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu, which I thought for sure we were going to get.
Yar.
Widely released to everybody.
Ye be right, my fellow pirate companion.
You can find it. It's out there. And go. It was actually pretty good. We didn't really talk much about what we thought, but it was good. It looked good. It looked cool.
I enjoyed it. It looked action-packed.
It's like a scene, so it's not like you can really glean much.
A scene and a few little shots.
Yeah. But no, it was good.
The quote-unquote hallway scene. They built, I don't think I mentioned this, they built an entire interior for the AT-AT. Yeah. And apparently the exterior, so there might be a real one.
That's the one that
blew
up.
Walking
they blew
around.
the damn thing up. But anyway, that is going to be all we got for you this time. Again, we will have another video probably in a few hours, maybe less, maybe
We'll
more.
see.
I don't know. Hopefully it won't be storming in the background. I have no idea what this is going to sound like.
hail.
So yeah, it was. We had to like pause because I thought the house was going to get blown down.
But don't worry, it's going to be 70 degrees today as well.
Yeah, make it make sense. Wisconsin. Anyway, that's all we got for you this time. Check us out in a little bit with the rest of the news from today and more news tomorrow and the next day after that from Celebration. But for now, thanks for watching.